are continuously navigating through our meiotic moments. We are heading to wrapping them up. We are moving closer to the bottom parts of our meiotic moment series, where we will then be moving right after, promptly following, we will be moving into manifestation moments, which I'm extremely excited about. As you can see today, I do have some special guests on a Moment of Harmony today that were quite determined to get on to the moment today. Oops, I'm dropping all types of things. Sorry. We had to move all of my files off previously, and then I just dropped them everywhere. But let me go ahead. Let me set you up here. Let's see if we can get. Okay, that's it.
This is her.
I gotta get you into the screen. It's like way too far out.
This is her granddaughter.
Okay, we'll continue all the introduction shortly. So normally, if you normally tune into a Moment of Harmony, I'm super duper grateful for you, and you will see that this is the majority of the time a solo act. Are we gonna be serious today? Okay. Now, this is the majority of the time a solo act, but today I do have a guest. I want to say, are you a guest host, a guest speaker on today? I have Miss. Okay, a guest speaker. I have Miss Beautiful, Amazing Grace Ragland joining me today, and then she has her baby. Jewelry. She has her baby Jewelry, and we are all going to be doing our moment today. So last night, Beautiful had a sleepover, if you will. All her regular homies came to hang out with her that we normally have with us on the weekends that you're not with dad. We normally have some of the girls up in here. So we had Soul here, we had Dream here. We were just missing Miyoki, and it was tiny girl central up in this spot. And so everyone is gone for the morning, and Beautiful was like, "Hey, my niece is gone, my cousin's gone. Can I just hang with you, Mom? Can I stream with you? Can I run errands with you?" So I said, "Hey, good morning." That's Mr. Carter. Say, "Hey, Mr. Carter."
Hey, Mr. Carter.
So I said, "Yes, you can hang with me. You can stream with me. We just have to make sure we keep it all together. We give a phenomenal moment to the people. We make sure that we give encouragement, truth, love, and light at all times. Right? Okay. Yep, but we gotta stay focused. We do have to focus. I did forget to put on D&D, so hopefully no one calls us. And so yes, the distractions do come in. You just gotta keep on talking to the people, because the people are looking at you, listening to you, and they're exchanging with you. They're giving you their thoughts and things too. Like you can see these words that come down here at the bottom. There's people talking to us. Hey, people.
Hey, people.
Yes. So today we are at our 41st meiotic moment, 31st week. Okay, hold on for me 1 second. Our 41st week, the 41st law of Mayat, which is I have not acted with insolence. And I cannot wait to get into that. And I'm sure Beautiful will have a lot to contribute to that, because there's a great deal of insolence that goes on at school between her and Kingdom being at school. There's some things that they deal with that we always are talking about. So we're so happy to exchange with our exchangers today on I have not acted with insolence. Okay, before we get into that, we have to give a big birthday shout out to Uncle Jazz. Happy birthday to my baby brother, or my little brother, because there are brothers under him. My little brother Jazz Maximilian Masters. Happy birthday, peace and hello. Happy birthday, Jazz. Happy
birthday, Uncle Jazz.
Yes, this is 37th birthday today on my moment. That's a rare thing. Super happy birthday to all my Pisces out there. Giving all the love to my fierce fish. Okay. Let me see what else. I think we did the birthdays. March. Oh, Granddaddy Wayne had a birthday yesterday. My dad's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Dad. There's a lot of birthdays this week. Happy birthday, Sean. Happy birthday, Dada. Isaiah. There was a lot of birthdays throughout the week. Calm down. Just say happy birthday. You don't have to know everybody to give them love.
Happy birthday.
There we go. So So definitely all of the birthday shout outs. Also, like I said, we are winding down the moments and we are counting down to a whole new series. Next week will be our 42nd meiotic moment of the 42 laws of Ma'at. You guys would have come through such an extraordinarily amazing process of Mayat. And oh my goodness. And so what do you know about Mayat, beautiful? When we talk about Mayat, we talk about balance. We talk about things being the way that they should be. What is it that you think? What do you know about Mayat?
Be yourself.
Yes, you should be yourself. But when we talk about the ancient spiritual practices, peace, peace, she's definitely not camera shy at all, anything shy. Yes, we talk about being yourself, but we talk about Mayat being a spiritual practice that shows us about what we should and shouldn't be doing,
I know what
how
we
to
should.
be,
I know what
how our character should be.
I my character when I want to be grow up.
Okay, big girl voice.
I wanna be a character for um Cinderella movie.
Oh, you think about like a character in a story. Okay. Well, I'm that's cool. I'm talking about character like the person you are inside, how you behave, how you show up to the world, like who your character is. For example, if you are in the grocery store and you're looking at a or you have a candy bar in your hand and you're reading the ingredients of the candy bar, you're looking at it, and then when I'm in the store I'm buying all of the stuff, and then when we get outside you realize you still have the candy bar in your hand. Say, everyone says you're so brave and beautiful, you say thank you so
Thank you so much. So baby, beautiful, be yourself.
Okay, so excuse me. So if you, I get outside the store and you realize that you still have the candy bar in your hand. We didn't pay for it with all the stuff we paid for, right? Your character is going to.
I will return it.
Yes, there we go. Our character talks to us about how we handle things in life, how we deal with conflict, how we deal with problems, how we deal with each other, and how we deal with ourselves. The upstandingness of self, our character. So when I'm talking about my art being a shaping component to our character, that's what I mean about the inside part of us, how we are, how we show up, how we behave. So that's what we're talking about here in a moment of harmony. We actually have done many weeks
I
of
got something to say. It's like if I have like a toy and my cousin or niece want it, I can give it to them and get another one.
If you share. Yes, sharing is a part of a good character. I say, for sure. So we're going to be getting into all of that today. And even though we have a tiny guest, we are still going to make sure that we get into all of the meat and bones of this meeting. Two tiny guests. Okay. Beautiful. Two tiny guests. Can we hold jewelry down? Because me and you are barely in the camera. Okay. All right. So we're still going to get into all the meat and bones of our moment today. So we are all looking forward towards an extraordinary moment. Now, you can tell everyone how old you are. Yes. Go ahead. Come on.
So,
And you gotta use, but the thing is, here's the weird thing you're doing. You keep using that baby voice. I don't know why. I don't know if you're shy, what's happening, but that's a weird thing.
so I know y'all remember how little I was when I did that first moment with my mommy, but now I'm super big now. I'm 6 years old.
You are super big and you are 6, and the last moment you did with me, you weren't 6. So you're right. There's been some time that passed. We're 6 years old now. You rocking the moment, okay? I love it. They said you're a good mom. They said you're such a good mom. That's the biggest compliment she ever. Look at it. Look at all the hearts they give you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Have mercy. That's how I feel. Mama Nu is on. Happy birthday. I said happy
Thank
birthday.
you, Mommy.
Great rising, Mama Nu. Yes, Mama Nu is on. She's giving you all the love. So yes. So
Baby,
your baby, don't let your baby fall. Okay. So as we get into our moment today, Big Slim is on. Say hotep, Big Slim.
hug, Big Slim.
Yes, 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 yes. We are coming up on another milestone. See all the words he's saying. I keep trying to read in all of it. We are coming up on another milestone as we are wrapping up our meiotic moments and getting into this super great one, because the climate we are in right now, we really want to get into the kindness of things, right? We want to be able to get into the rightness of things. And Mayat is not. Hey, whoa, go on and cover that up. We want to, my hat is right, might and right, and we want to make sure that we're getting into the rightness of things. And there's a lot of things that are moving us away from the rightness right now. So I'm so excited to get into this moment today. Um, so we are at law number 41. We are in week number 41. I have not acted with insolence. I want to just remind everyone that when it comes to Mayat, the ancient Kemetic spiritual practices, everyone won't follow those philosophies or ideologies in life. There are many spiritual practices and religions in life, and everyone will walk their walk. Say, walk your walk.
Walk your walk.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm just asking that we walk together, right? All right, so do your thing. Please understand that there is no converting, no coercion ever here on the Moment of Harmony. I am sharing my philosophies, I am sharing my teachings, I am sharing my walk and my journey for the greats that I've set before. And I am just asking that you come on in and show up and be a part of the greatness, be a part of the light, contribute to the light, and we're all going to be all right. We also, when we're going through the core principles of Mayat, we're going through the 42 laws of Mayat. We are using these as a empowerment tool as we are transitioning and growing ourselves. Many of us are seeking growth and development. Many of us have tuned in today because we are wanting to align with like-minded individuals who want to grow better and improve and empower ourselves. And so Mayat has been used as a tool as we've been going through the 42 laws of Mayat. We've been using them as I've been using the analogy because many times we are being counterproductive in growing ourselves and we are painting a house that is falling apart. So we
Oh,
are.
and also, mommy, we can always help others even though when we don't want, even though we don't feel like doing it. We gotta be helpful.
You're very right. Sorry, my throat. Um, You're very right. We should help others, especially when we don't feel like it, because that's when it's really a service, right? And we should, yes, it's going to help us to be better. It's going to help us with our character. And so that's what we're saying now. Okay. That's what we're saying now about our character. How we are is how we are. And many times, as we are seeking growth and development, we are seeking it from the outside in. We are not having long lasting change, long lasting success, growth, and true development. So we are changing that here on the Moment of Harmony. We are moving, 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 moving through. Yes, I say. So we're gonna get all up into it today. I have not acted with insolence. So now insolence means just rude and disrespectful. I haven't been rude or disrespectful. Do you know people?
Rude and disrespectful means like when you don't help others when others need help, or when you call them names, push them, hit them, and be mean with them, and don't be kind, or just walk away when they try to talk to you, or um, push them back when they try to give you a hug.
Oh, you got it, girl. You know all about it. Is it a lot of rude and disrespectful people at your school? Do you see a lot of rudeness, a lot of disrespect? Yes. Uh,
Wait, I want to tell a story.
you want to tell a story?
This one short.
One short story? Okay.
One time on Halloween, even though we don't celebrate that,
Mm-hmm.
my mommy dressed me up as Elsa,
Mm-hmm.
and then she put like fake hair in my head, and then going to school, my hair came off. Yep, it was very embarrassing,
It was embarrassing.
and
I could
everybody
imagine.
kept on laughing on me.
And you felt like that was pretty rude for
Yep.
people to do. Yeah, that.
Even big kids, some big kids, like it was these two big kids in a classroom helping, yeah, and talking. And then when the fake hair came off, they start laughing.
Oh, that is rude. And you know what, beautiful? That's a wonderful story that you're adding to our moment, our beautiful our beautiful moment of harmony. It's a wonderful story that you're adding because a lot of people think that those types of behaviors are small things. They think that making people feel embarrassed, shunning people out, isolating others, they think that all of these things are little things, and they think that sometimes these are normal behaviors. They think that it's okay, and you're getting so many compliments. People are saying your hair is pretty. People are saying you're so smart, you're so nice. So make sure you always tell people thank you, okay? Well, I'm being loud because I want to make sure I'm projecting because I'm speaking over a device, okay? And you they can hear you tapping on the device too, so okay.
Thank
So
you, everyone.
it's really, really good for us to be able to talk about those things because there are many occasions where people are on a minor level being really rude, whether it's in traffic or whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's on social media, where people just feel like it is okay to act in insolence in any way. And a lot of times it does start from school when you're very little and you think it's okay to make fun of others, to treat others poorly, or project, which means to make other people feel the way you feel on the inside. So I'm so glad that you added that story because I want people to really be able to see, know, and understand with us today. This is something our ancestors are saying put a hold to. There is never an excuse for insolence. And as we use, give me 1 second, as we use the word insolence today, we're going to associate it or liken it and connect it with the words insults and ignorance. So insolence, we're going to link them up with insults and ignorance so that everyone knows exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about the climate we need to pull away from, the behaviors we want to do away with, and what we want to remove from our behavior altogether. Right? Okay.
Sometimes when people be mean me, I stick up for myself.
Sometimes. How often are you supposed to stick up for yourself?
Sometimes I just say when they be mean me and they offer me a chocolate, I say no, I don't want it. Even though you be mean to me, I don't care. Go get somebody else.
Oh, you said I don't need your stuff because you're not nice. So,
And
but
sometimes,
my question was, how often should you stand up for yourself? Because you said sometimes you stand up for yourself, which means sometimes you don't, right?
but sometimes when people be mean to me, I I say um that's okay. I'll help you feel better and be calm and be nice. Just come with me to the calm down corner and I can read you a book.
Oh, you reading the people up in the okay, Mother Goose.
I came out.
Okay, Mother Goose on the loose. Okay, so that's very nice. Like you say, kindness is timeless. And we're going to get into that today in our moment when we get into I have not acted with insolence.
And mommy, when I went to like the little um graduation we was doing my Angelou, we kept on watching the same show and it said if somebody be a cloud, this be a rainbow still to them and
That's what Mama Maya Angelou
kind.
said. Would tell everybody what she said.
My Angelou said, be a rainbow even though when be a rainbow in somebody's cloud.
Be a rainbow in somebody's cloud. Always strive to be a rainbow in somebody's cloud. I say, and if everyone keeps that in mind, everyone will always have a rainbow in their cloud, right? Yeah.
Yes.
We're so busy thinking about ourselves. We're so busy thinking about, well, if I give this to someone else, what will I have? But if we all think about it together, we won't have to think like
but
that.
also if you give your lunch to somebody else or if you just
So when you beat the table and you beat your knuckles, they're gonna hear that. Even though they can't see your hands, they'll be listening to us later and they'll be hearing like nickety knock knock knock. Okay.
but sometimes like if you have something but the other friend don't have lunch and 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 then you give them some, you can just still always um eat the lunch food and be respectful to um the the people that make lunch. Sometimes when but even though sometimes when they make lunch, the little spaghetti that they make, I don't know really like
Okay,
it.
girl. Okay, girl. What? Okay, if that story was going somewhere and then squirrel, right? You got into the spaghetti. But you are right. We always are to give because life and creation is always going to give to us, right? If you are, and that brings us to our first point, which is internal vibration is externally influenced. So internal vibration, I want you to, I know that sounds like a lot. A lot of what mom's saying is, it sounds like a lot, but we always going to break it
Okay.
down. So don't worry about it, okay? Internal vibration is externally influenced, meaning that the way you are vibrating on the inside, how, whether you're at a low vibration, where you're a mediocre vibration, which we talked about in previous moments, or whether you're a high vibrating individual. And a lot of times this can vary from circumstance to circumstance until you have mastered.
Mommy,
Give me just 1 second, okay? You going next. Until you have mastered the ability to maintain, to self maintain a high vibration. But in all of reality, when I mean that, our vibrations, in our internal vibrations, meaning again, how we're showing up in the world, how we're treating others. Is it anywhere we could lay the baby right here for a second? Because y'all are getting heavy on my leg. Let's put that baby. She can stay right there. She can lay right there. Let her take a nap. Okay? We won't have a super long moment today, okay? There we go. We got a little space up here. We can breathe. Okay. Um, the internal vibration is externally influenced, meaning that it works a lot like a car. I am using the metaphor of a car for our lives, right? How our lives move. So, for example, if our cars, they work, they move, they're great, but they're greatly dependent upon how we are on the inside of the car. Has a lot to do with what we put into the car. So the gas that we use, what kind of gas we use. Many of the cars have sensors all around them to let them know how we should be moving in the car. Should I go to the left lane? Should I go to the right lane? My sensors are letting me know that the lanes are occupied, or that this is not a good time to shift a lane. Also, if the weather is pretty dangerous outside, we may drive very carefully. We may also be pretty intimidated by what's happening if there's a storm or things are blowing around us. Now, if things are calm and it's a sunny, beautiful day, we may drive slower. We may put our windows down. So, excuse me. So, just reiterating that our internal vibrations are externally influenced. So when we get into a space of I have not acted with insolence, I have not been rude and disrespectful, we have to understand that if you are at a space where you are coming from rudeness or disrespect or darkness or low vibration, when you are coming from that type of a space, I would definitely say it's a good time for us to reevaluate what external influences we have that are damping us in a way, that are changing us, that are influencing the way we are operating. And I'll give an example, like kind of like the example that you gave, right? I'll give an example. Yesterday, I had a training. Remember, mommy said I had all these meetings and trainings yesterday. So I had a training on fingerprinting, to be certified in fingerprinting technician, as a fingerprinting technician, as an additive to the work that I do at work or in contribution. The fingerprinting technician, she was really experienced, she was really wise, she was funny, she was light, she was easy to go through, but the training was very long. It was an all day training. And I saw that at a point in the training, she became very agitated. There was a lot of times where she had to touch our hands in order to demonstrate like how we take fingerprints, and she was pretty rough. She would get rough. She was, and I'm kind of tiny. She was definitely a much bigger woman, and I felt like, ma'am, you moving my hand around too much. Thank you all so much. You're doing too much. So, but she talked about it at some point, because I saw her, what I felt like was impatience at some points, and it really started to influence the way I was absorbing my or the way that I was moving through my training, right? I got to the point where it was like I wasn't excited about learning anymore. I kind of wanted it to be over, because I felt like she was so rude. But she had brought up that when we were fingerprinting her, she was kind of moist on her fingers, and she told us that she was having a hot flash. And that's when it resonated to me that what I was perceiving as rude and disrespectful, or that what I was perceiving as impatient and intolerant to just like minute things, she was internally uncomfortable. She was experiencing something. So, saying all of that, that when we get into this law of I had not acted with insolence, do understand that one of the biggest things we want to check when it comes to checking ourselves and our behaviors. One of the big things we want to check and holding ourselves accountable is the environment. What have
Uh-huh.
we put into ourselves? What are we eating? What are we listening to? What are we paying, as your daddy would say, lending our ears to? What are we catering to? What are we exposing ourselves to? What has access to us? Is there a remote control access to us? Is there something externally that is influencing a fluctuation in vibration? And if that is the case, we want to make sure that we're not in a point where we are being rude and disrespectful, that we are even able to meet rudeness and disrespectfulness with tact, with balance, with grace. Whoa, cover your yawn, and with my eye, right? So what I'm saying in that way, Booby Duke, what I'm saying is that sometimes the way we treat others is because other things are going on with us. We might be cold. You know, when you're cold, you're grumpy. When are you most grumpy?
When I'm cold, I get real grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's school time and then I get up, I start to cry because I don't like the cold.
Yes. And you're so, when I feel like you're so, I can't deal with you. What time? When is that in life? What time of the day are you so grumpy?
Um, in the time of the day, I'm so grumpy is when you have to do your nose because I don't like doing that because I just have to be quiet and then
You don't like not having a
like
big
yeah
noise.
when I have to charge my tablet, I always have to turn my tablet all the way to like no speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just have to like just play
We
Roblox.
said quiet on the set. Mommy's going live.
And you always say, "Mommy, mercy."
Mommy mercy,
But
Lord.
sometimes when I want to watch YouTube, I just turn it up like a little bit to like this wow,
Mm-hmm.
like that much,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just watch my tablet. But sometimes I turn my tablet up all loud, and then I just go there, and then I just go on the basement floor. But sometimes, like when I get have Takis, I eat my Takis and watch
Girl, where are
tablet.
we going? What? Okay. So what I was actually getting at is your morning madness, your morning misery, the morning misery that you bring to life, and how you hate the morning.
Yeah,
And I
I
have to
hate the
keep
morning.
saying, I have to keep telling you, stop being mad at the morning. Morning is a blessing, but you
But
wake
I
up.
always say, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, you
I
hate the
don't want
morning.
to stay 5 more
You always
minutes.
say 5 more minutes. For 20 minutes, you say 5 more minutes. But she brings misery to the mornings. And the reason that you bring a lot of misery to the mornings, you make the mornings so difficult for everyone. She cries, she fuss, she has an attitude. She's a little cranky. She can be a little bit mean, would you say, in the morning? Or maybe I should, is that a strong word?
I always say in the morning, Mommy, I always make everybody late because I do not like the morning.
I
And,
wish my boss was
and
watching so she would know I'm not playing around with what you do to me in the morning. But a lot of
I
times,
do that. I do that because I want to teach everybody a lesson for waking me up in the morning.
see what I'm saying? So you want us to pay because you have to. We have
Get
all of
payback.
payback. Well, everyone has to get up in the morning. Everyone has to go to work. Everyone has to go to school. Everyone would like to sleep later. Everyone would like to not have to get up and get their day started before the sun. But we all are. And there is someone in the house who thinks that everyone should have worse of a morning because they don't like the morning. And that's what I'm talking about. See, it's early, it's cold to you. Sometimes you think it's cold. You don't feel like getting dressed and getting in the shower and brushing your teeth,
But
and so you
sometimes,
feel like you allow what's going on outside of you, your obligations and responsibilities, to change how you're showing up with us.
sometimes, sometimes when I have a field trip, I get up very early
Mm-hmm.
and get myself dressed. Then I get myself out the house. I don't even care about watching my tablet for a little bit. Not anything.
So you want me to give you credit? You want me to give you credit that if there's an extreme circumstance like a field trip, you do get up and get yourself together.
Yeah, but when it's a regular day, goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Problem. It's a problem. So, but that's what and beautiful is giving us a really good example of how what we feel, what we think, what we want can influence how we show up, and we don't always even understand or think
And mommy,
about the problem we may be to someone else.
I I learned about this like it was just like how Martin Luther King Jr. like everybody was being mean to each other and back in the day, and this little white dude he assassinated Martin Luther King because he didn't like what he was doing. He wanted to everybody to stay mean and stay in separate places.
Wow, you better go ahead.
And then this black woman, she refused to get off the bus.
You remember her name? Rosa. You remember still?
Rosa Maya.
Not Rosa Maya. You can put them all together. Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks. She refused to get off the bus because she didn't wanna. She
telling me or the people?
She didn't wanna listen to the rules. She just wanted to do, and so she got locked up in prison.
Well, it wasn't because she didn't want to listen to the rules. She didn't think that the rules were fair. They weren't fair.
Yeah, so she refused to get off the bus for a white person. She got locked up in prison. But when Martin Luther King Jr. made a speech, when he was done that speech, before the town almost became a family, he got assassinated.
He did. Did you remember what the name was of his speech? His most famous speech?
I have a dream.
There you go, girl. That was a beautiful, beautiful speech that he did, and it was life changing for all of us. And do we have a dream? I think we have a dream too. We have a dream.
I have a dream meeting my favorite YouTuber, Rebecca Zamolo and Frally.
Did you just plug in your favorite YouTuber in your mom's show? I have no words. A moment of harmony, and I have no words. Mom's not your favorite YouTuber?
You are.
Get out of here.
I watch you on my channel.
Get out of here.
No,
just
one
plug
time,
in Rebecca Zamola, Joe.
No, one time when I was watching my TV at my dad's
Shout out
house,
to Rebecca Zamola. You do love her.
I was trying to say Moment of Harmony YouTube, but they didn't let me look up you.
Oh, shucks. Don't do that to me, YouTube. When people say my name, bring it up. Bring it up. Beautiful is saying this is her show today. Thank you. They said you're so very intelligent. Mr. Carter said that. What you say?
Thank you.
Oh, so welcome. So you are right.
Sometimes I'm still practicing how to spell your name, like where I can do like just type it in myself.
Okay.
Where I don't like have to use like
Siri.
Like no one. Like
okay, you got to
follow. Like that you blue.
Don't
thing,
touch
like,
it, Alexa.
Like,
that's Alexa.
Alexa, like say that I can like just type it in.
Okay. Mommy has a long name, so it'll take some time to learn how to spell it, but we'll get it down. No worries. Okay? No worries.
You need to come to my daddy's house where you can like this banner for me and I can type it in.
Look at the planner. Look at her trying to plan things. I got you, Shooty. Okay. So then, when it comes to us understanding that our internal vibration is influenced externally, it helps us to better look at laws like I have not acted with insolence. And many of us will say that I'm not a rude or disrespectful person. I mind my business. I do what I need to do. I go to work. I tend to my home. I tend to my family, my vocations, my hobbies. I would not describe myself as a rude or disrespectful person. The law, however, does not say I'm not rude or disrespectful. It says I have not acted with insolence. Means that it is not enough to not walk around and not have this be your actual day to day.
And also, if you don't, also, back in the day, kids didn't have like parks or
parks. Goodness, what you trying to say about? There's a lot of people that watch my show from back in the day, and I think they had parks and playgrounds. What you think? We lived with the dinosaurs.
No, back. I'm just saying back in no, yeah, they did have playgrounds,
Hmm.
but back in the day, some girls had to wear like a skirt and a shirt and like a little hat, and they had to use like a basket carrier to carry their lunch food. They didn't have milk carton. They had glass bottles to put milks
You're
in,
right.
and also boys had to wear shorts and like a shirt and hats too. And they and the boys had to wear eat the drink out of the same glass bottle, not like the same like when somebody drink over it. I'm talking about like they like he had the same bottle as the girls,
Hmm.
and they like this eat.
But
And
does this what does this have to do with us being kind to each other? You're just giving us a history lesson. You're just giving us a history lesson. Okay. All right. Thank you, darling. So when the law, however, does not say I'm not a rude person. It does not say I'm not a disrespectful person. And many of us will allow a law like this to go over our head. We will dismiss a law like this and we will say this is not something we need to use as a tool to implement into building our character. One second, one second. That we need to implement into our character and build and make ourselves greater and better. The law says I have not acted. Not I haven't acted sometimes, not if someone was rude to me, I was rude to them, not if it was I used to be rude, not I'm only rude
no,
when it says I have not acted with insolence, rudeness, and disrespectfulness. And we know a lot of times we will associate that with strangers, we will associate that with colleagues, we will associate that with people outside of our homes when we really need to be focusing and harnessing our Mayata character. We are really a great deal talking about the people we live in our very home with. We're talking about not being rude and disrespectful to the people that we love that are closest to us the most, because those are the people that see us at our truest selves. Those are the people we spend the most time with. Those are the people that know us the most. So being able to understand that when our ancestors are saying it will behoove you, it would be of your best spiritual behoove means that a benefit. It would be of your best spiritual interest to move in a certain manner, to behave in this manner. It is going to help grow you. It is going to elevate you. It's going to teach you discipline. It is going to teach you patience. And these things are going to level you up to supremacy, which is the highest level of being like God, right? Being like the creator. So being able to understand that if there is a reason why if there's a reason why we are operating in a low vibration, we there is no excuse. If there's a reason, it doesn't mean that it's an excuse, okay? And so we're going to be working on tilling that out too as we're building ourselves from the core and on out. And one of the biggest things we can keep in mind when it comes to I have not acted with insolence and to check our character, to keep our character in check. Want to say it with me. One of the things to keep in mind
one of the things to keep in mind
is keep it kind.
keep it kind.
Hey,
Mommy Mercy Moon, get out.
come on and calm down. You just couldn't wait to say that. One of the things you're being distracted now. One of the things to keep in mind is keep it kind.
One of the things that keep it. Wait,
One of the things to keep in mind,
one of the things that keep in mind.
keep it kind. Keep it kind.
And
When I was a
I
part
want
of
to
the
tell a special
organization,
news.
okay, give us 1 second. When I was a part of the organization, I was a part of an organization some years ago. Shout out to PLM. We used to do Kwanzaa. We used to host Kwanzaa 7 days a week. And we used to have a bars, Mr. Carter. We used to host a Kwanzaa 7 days a week. And when we got to Kuji Chakolia, one of the Babas, Freedom Writer, shout out to Freedom Writer, he brought up, he made up a slogan that was like, keep it Kuji, keeping it Kuji. But we got to Kuji Chakolia. And we loved it because it reminded us of self-determination and being ourselves. And we would say, keep it Kuji, stay authentic, right? I'm saying here in this moment, keep it kind. One of the things to keep in mind is to keep it kind. Normalize right. A lot of times, and what we're saying in this regard is there is a lot of times, like Beautiful said earlier, where we think that again we have an excuse to we have parameters around kindness. We have parameters around respect. that should not exist, meaning that we don't think that a stranger deserves our respect. If it's someone we don't know, again, someone in the car next to us, someone in the line next to us, a lot of times we don't feel like it's a big deal to be disrespectful. We don't feel like it's a big deal to be disruptive on certain levels to people that we don't like or people that we don't know. And we think that being right comes with some types of privileges with other people around you. We need to normalize right. We all know about the climate of our country and what's happening here in the country that we live in. Well, you know what country we live in? That's our city and our state. But the country is America, the United States of America, USA.
I would say like special news.
Okay, I'm gonna give you your special news in 1 second. Let me just get this out really quickly, okay? So the what we need to when we say keep it kind is do we know about who is the president of the United States of America right now? Do you know?
Donald Trucks.
Donald Trucks. Is that what you said? Donald J. Trump is the president or something like it, right? And and a lot of times how do we see Donald Trump behave? When we've seen him on the news or we've watched something, you come in, you see me watching something on TV, how does he behave? Is he nice? Is, okay. Is he kind? Mm-mm. You think he's kind?
Calm.
You think he's calm? When you seen Donald J. Trump, you seen him be calm?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know him like that.
Donald Trucks.
Yes. So a lot of times we've seen him, those of us that are following Mr. Trunks, those of us that are following him or following what is going on with the climate, those that are following what's going on nationally, what is happening news-wise, we are seeing that there is a normalization, and I don't want to put it all on Trump because social media does it. I see it all the time, constantly on social media. There's a lot of other media outlets and propaganda around just being rude, around being disrespectful, around being intolerant, right? And at the end of the day, our ancestors are simply saying, keep it kind, normalize right. Let it not be normal to tell people about themselves, to insult people. I watched a clip on YouTube actually earlier in the morning where they were talking about different celebrities who had rude interviewers and who had interjected or in some way snapped back or stood up for themselves against rude or inappropriate interviewers. And it's showing that we can't get to a place, when I say normalize right, when someone is respectful, when someone is behaving in a way that we think is high vibrational, when someone is being who we think is nice, good, a lot of times we'll say, that's so nice of you to return that money, because most people wouldn't have. That's so nice of you to let that person know that they dropped their phone, because most people would have tried to take it. It's so good that you showed up for we watch a show a lot of times called What Would You Do? We watch that, right? When we watch John Key on this, and he not tricks people, but he does hidden cameras and see how people cover your yawn. Where's your lady like at? Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. But made me lose my whole train of thought. But there's a lot of people that get shocked and surprised at people behaving justly or correctly or kindly. Can you stop? Because they feel like kindness is rare. India.Arie has a song that I love, and it is kindness, and she actually has someone that features on it with her. I wish I could remember his name right now. But kindness is timeless. This is what she says. Kindness is timeless. Love is so easy to give. And a lot of times, and what she's saying is that you will never run out of time or space to be kind to one another, to consider one another, to be appropriate to one another. There is a way to correct others. There is a way to stand up for yourself. There is a way to create, to have an organized environment and still have kindness. We do not have to be at a place where being right is being right or being polite is rare. Right should not be rare. Can you say that?
Right should not be rare.
It shouldn't be rare. We shouldn't be shocked We need to be keeping it kind. I'm gonna let you get put your 2 cents in 2 seconds. We need to be keeping it kind. We need to be at a space within ourselves where when people see us, they know that they are going to get dignity and respect. They're going to have integrity. It doesn't matter how much money they make. It doesn't matter how they fit in your life, whether they're the valet that parked your car, whether the person that waits on your table, whether they're a close friend or family member, whether they're a superior, or an advisor or a counselor. Everyone should know that they are going to get the same you. One of the biggest things we know about the 42 laws of Maya as we work through them, they all have something to do. Our internal, like we said, about internal vibration, externally influence, how we are, every single thing about our spirit, everything about our conscience, everything about our character is linked to how we treat others and how we treat ourselves. It is all of our rules, especially, have been in the way to righteousness, the way to upstandingness, the way to bring balance to the lower vibrations of life and being human. The way to bring balance is to be and you operate in your divinity, is to be kind, is to be considerate, is to be accountable, is to be reliable, is to be honest, is to be loyal. To show up as a great human being illuminates your spirit greatly. To show up as a great human being, as being a spirit and being human, to show up greatly illuminates your spirit greatly, greatly attracts and magnetizes beauty and balance to your life. So what were you going to say about, you wanted to add in on keeping it kind? Keep it kind.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say something that I've been practicing.
Okay.
And you gotta get me a snack if I get it right.
Whoa. Okay. I'm going to go to Starbucks later, so maybe it's a good time.
No, Cheetos.
Go ahead.
So what I was gonna say is that, you know how I remember when I said,
You have to speak up and you have to look at the camera.
Mommy, you remember how I said a kucha? Yeah, you told me and you said what do that means? And what it means.
Oh, Kuji Chakolia. Got it. Go ahead.
So if I get this right, you gotta give me Cheetos.
You got it. What does Kuji Chakolia mean?
Self-determination.
Hey! Cheetos it is. Just as long as it's nothing red hot. No red 40, but everything else I got you.
And also, I was also gonna say, I was also gonna say,
Come on here, girl. We're gonna close this moment out in a minute.
I was also gonna say I'm 21.
Right. Now she's a comedian. So, thank you so much, Miss 21-year-old. And thank you for keeping it Kuji and elaborating on us keeping it kind. Okay? The other day.
Keeping it kind is.
You're sliding and you're hurting my leg at your bones.
Sorry. Keeping it kind is like being kind.
Keep it kind.
And.
Just like we keep it cute, right? We always keep it cute.
Like Lauren will make that video.
So we keep it kind, just like we keep it cute.
I don't remember. I don't remember what I put my Lauren Mommy. Girl. Mommy.
Squirrel. Welcome to being 6. Welcome to kindergarten, right?
No.
Exactly.
Mommy.
Okay, listen.
No, my mommy keeps all her stuff. Some of her stuff.
People don't care about my stuff. They want to hear.
Makeup and stuff.
Listen. This is what people came to tune into a moment of harmony for. They don't want to hear about our materials, gains. They don't want to hear about our belongings. They want to know about our hearts. And they want us to tune into their hearts, and we want to grow strong hearts together. That's why. And you're hurting me, and you're about to exit a moment of harmony. A beautiful moment is about to be over because you're getting tired. I told you how long it was going to be. We're actually not going to have it be much longer, but you are. Let's bring it on in. All right? Bring it in, friend. All right? So, I was telling others the other day, I was going into the grocery store. I was going into the grocery store, and I was coming up on the right side. There was a parking lot a parking lot, a parking space that was kind of faced this way. My car is coming up this way. I am letting traffic come in so that I can prepare to go into. So there's no traffic coming when I start to go into the parking space to turn. I have my signal on, and then traffic starts coming, and there's a big old truck that drives past me to go find their parking space because they see I'm going into this one. Then there's a woman who wants to go into the parking space, but the car before her drove past because it saw that I had my signal on to go into the space. So then she is getting, upset because she's the one to try to take the space. But the angle that she's coming from, she's not even going to be able to get in that parking space from where she's coming from. Right? She's coming around the loop. You definitely are going to need to be like behind me to be able to hit that angle in that tiny little parking space. But she just wants it. And ma'am, I'm just not about to give it to you because I've been sitting here waiting for it. So you're gonna have to go find another parking space. But she immediately gets upset, starts honking her horn. She's cussing, she's screaming. I'm just getting off work. I'm going to pick up dinner for home. I'm exhausted, and she is literally trying to come. Here's my car, and here's her, and she thinks she's gonna be able to just eat into a spot that I'm already clicking for. I tell a girl, if you want the spot, it's not that serious with all the cussing and the screaming. I'm on the phone with my sister, and I'm like, this woman is acting crazy over a grocery store parking spot. I start to blow kisses to her. Honestly, this was done out of complete exhaustion of just like, girl, that's how I felt. I honestly felt like, what, you need a hug or something? What is your problem? You losing all your marbles off of a parking space. So I start to wave at her, smile at her. I just blow her kisses because she doing all the cussing and slamming and beating into her steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? And my sister saying, you being crazy, girl. Why you blowing her kisses? Because I said, obviously she needs some love because what is this all about?
She just escaped from the parking spot.
I could have, but she wasn't even going to be able to get into the parking spot that she was trying to take.
You could just back down.
And the other thing is, she was still going to have to come around to the point of where I was to get into it. And why am I going to give you the parking spot when you saw me waiting on it when I got here? Right?
See you.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her. So, and then definitely when she started acting nasty, why would I give it to you, right? So anyway, no one could have had the parking space. When I get into the parking space, it's actually a pickup only, right? It's if you ordered groceries and you want to get picked up. No big deal. I back out. I find another parking space in a jiffy. When I get into the grocery store, I shop. I'm there for about 30 minutes. And about 20 minutes into the grocery visit trip, I see her in the grocery aisle. I'm in the same aisle as her. I'm still on the phone with my sister. Oh my goodness. This woman acts like she never saw me. She didn't do anything. She was just as like, oh, so none of the heat she had in the parking lot. But saying all of that to say, first thing, she was pregnant, which I of course I couldn't see in the car, but she was big pregnant, like due any day pregnant. She also had a toddler on her hip that she was taking out of the grocery cart. So saying all of that to say is this woman did blow up at me at something that I thought was so simple. When I'm just saying, why are you? Because she probably did really need a parking spot really close to the front. And my thing is, ma'am, you can't even get into the spot that you want. You know, what are you even doing? And now you're making a big scene and being nasty about it. But the way that I responded to her was out of exhaustion. It was out of, girl, I don't have time for this. Um, but what if I had got with her? What if I had matched her energy? So when she started cussing and banging her steering wheel and honking her horn, what if I'd have started doing the same thing? I would have felt so bad later to realize that she was very pregnant, that she had a little person with her, and obviously there's a lot going on with her that wasn't going on with me at the time. Instead, I was very happy that I resorted to a whole nother way of acting because, again, I don't know what's going on behind everyone. You about to go. You need a nap. You need a nap. You need to go lay down for a nap because it looks like you do. So I would have, you know, saying all of that to say is not knowing when we are acting with insolence, when we are being disrespectful, when we are being rude, even if we feel justified, even if we feel like there's a reason, you never know. Just like the fingerprinting technician, she doesn't know I was. So I have anemia, and there are times when I battle with anemia. And yesterday was a day when there was a not a good anemic day. However, I was not behaving that way. I was very cognizant of when I'm becoming lethargic, when my energy and fatigue, when my fatigue is increasing, or my energy is going low. I'm very cognizant to show up as my regular self. and to as quickly as I can get to a place where I can kind of retreat and calm down. But she doesn't know that while she was outwardly expressing a hot flash, I was inwardly suppressing a tiny little bit of an episode of what I was dealing with. So, saying all of that to say is that when we are acting with insolence, you never know when your insults or your ignorance is compounding with someone else, and it is not creating a harmonious environment. My eye, right? It is not making things better. It is not us improving, which is the whole reason for us to be here and to be alive. We are supposed to be jinyame. I do have the jinyames on today. We are supposed to be one with God. That's what these earrings mean. One with God. We are supposed to be one with creation. We are here to create. We are here to elevate. We are here to make better. We are here to have thriving societies, thriving families, thriving environments. And us, in the way the climate of the world is right now, how everything is going down, is of low morale, it is dying, it is an is what is it, threatened to be expired or extinct, all speaks to those of us who are reflectors of life, those of us who are supposed to be one with life and love,
And
not
also,
reflecting that in
and
life as we
also,
should.
and also in life, you can do fun things.
You can.
And go to a bouncy place.
We can do that. Yeah.
And also go
She
to
said, "Child, I'm over this moment now. I'm ready to go into whatever's on my mind."
and also go to the place where I think where Cash had a birthday party when I was a
Okay,
baby.
okay,
And
okay. Let's
and
take.
like
We have 5 more minutes. We're gonna get this last little point out because you about to get into a whole jump zone. You about to talk about jump zone and all the stuff you like to do. Um, okay, so we're gonna get this one last thing out. We're gonna let the viewers know how much we absolutely love them and need them. Mama New said you're so brilliant. And then we're gonna roll them out and get into the errands of the day. Okay. So come on and sit back, because when you're trying to read, all they can see is forehead. So you got to keep in mind that while you are speaking and engaging, that people are watching you. They can see everything. So you have to be cognizant of what you're doing and what they're doing. It's hard work. It's hard work. Okay. Last part of I have not acted with insolence. Respect protects. Can you say that for me?
respect, protect.
Respect protects. What do you think that means? Respect protects.
Respect means respect people, and protect means protect people.
Hey, simple. She says it's really not that difficult. It's kindergarten, right? Kindergarten stuff. Respect protects. We're talking about spiritual safety. Can you say spiritual safety?
Spiritual safety.
We're gonna get up out of here on that spiritual safety, right? When our ancestors have left us with such a law that I have not acted with insolence. A proclamation at the beginning of the day, I will not act with insolence. A declaration at the end of the, I'm sorry, proclamation at the beginning of the day, I will not act with insolence. A declaration at the end of the day, I have not acted with insolence. We have to keep in mind that this is not just a high moral law. This is not just a law that makes you a better person. This is not just a law in righteousness. It is all of that. But it really is about our spiritual growth and development. Every single law that we've gone through in the 42 laws of Maya are about making us more lovable in this life, making this life light, but also to put us at supreme operation for our leveling, right? So that our spirits are also where they need to be, so that we are magnetizing and creating a physical life that it serves us, that elevates us, that protects us, that keeps us, but also about creating a spiritual likeness that allows us to elevate into all the realms that await us, right? So respect protects. We're talking about spiritual safety. The simple practice of respecting others keeps others safe. Respecting others keeps us safe. So if we get to a space in life where we feel like because someone doesn't think like us, because they don't feel like us, because they're not agreeing with us at the moment, that we don't have to offer them respect, integrity, kindness, we end up creating a dangerous environment for ourselves and for others, which is anti-life, right? Anti one with creation. So respect protects. Spiritual safety for yourself and others, which is responsibility, which is an obligation, which is a divine right and a divine honor, to have spiritual safety. When you are in my presence, not only are you safe, but so is your spirit. When you are around me, this is what respect says to others. When you are around me, not only are you honored, but so is your spirit, so is your legacy, so are your ancestors, so are who you are connected to and where you come from, your tree, your roots. Because I will never bring about insolence into a circumstance that I am in, no matter who or what I am dealing with. I can bring accountability. I love you so much, Booba. I can bring accountability. I can bring organization. I can bring prosperity and progress. I can bring all of these things into play without being harsh or harmful to one or in their spirit, without being people, anything around me, I don't care if it is a plant or a dog or a baby, needs to know that in my presence as a divine being, you are safe. Because I am going to respect nature. I respect life. I respect growth. I have understanding for the way that things are, the way that things should be. It does not mean that I won't have moments of being upset. It won't mean that I don't have moments of being immature. It doesn't mean that I too am not on the process of growth and development myself. But it is saying that I am keeping in mind that respect is not something I should simply do as a good person. Respect is a badge of honor and obligation to being a divine being. I am obligated to make sure that you in my presence are safe. Your feelings, your experiences, your beingness, your aspirations, they are safe with me. And the only way for me to ensure that type of safety, cover your yawn, lady, is with respect. It's with respect. It's not ladylike to be all letting people see all your molars. You gotta go on and cover that up, sis. So is that so respect protects and spiritual safety is a divine union. Thank you. Respect protects and spiritual safety is a divine mission of light. It is a divine mission of light. So when you come and bring me an opinion I don't agree with, when you have a perspective that I'm not in alignment with, when you have a tone that does not work for me, is there a way for me to respectfully hold you accountable? Our ancestors say, I have not acted with insolence, not except or when or maybe or sometimes. I have shown up as my higher self as often as I possibly can in order to elevate myself higher and in order to elevate this life and the experience of life for myself and others to a higher level of being. I am not calling myself a divine being without being divine. I'm not calling myself a divine being without being divine. Respect protects. You are a danger. You become a toxin. You become, stop. You become a problem to life when you do not understand the obligation you have to life. When you do not understand your mission and your purpose to life. And I promise you that the respect of others and the respect of yourself is a major component. Tell the truth to others. Hold others in high regard. Give love and respect to others. I'm not talking about the way people treated you. I'm not talking about the generational scars that got you to where you are. I'm not talking about all the times that kindness or respect got you set up or treated a certain way. Like Beautiful said earlier about giving people lunch at lunch if they don't have any and you have some, because the lunch people will always make sure you have more lunch. The creator, life, the universe will always service those who serves. 1000%. You will never be without when you make sure that others are never without. You will always be provided. My bestie's on the line. Shout out to my new boo. I always tell her that she is one of my greatest gifts for the kindness that I show to the world. She is the creator's receipt to me of all good things I've done to others, for others. As I show up for others, I am never in drought. I am never without. The creator have blessed me with one of the most abundant, beautiful women to call my sister, friend, sister, soulmate, one of them that exists, and she is one of many beautiful women in my life, and many extraordinary, Mr. Carter, I didn't miss out on you, many extraordinary brothers and kings in my life as well. And what I am saying is that you will never go in drought making sure that others are not without, keeping it kind, having integrity and consideration for yourself and for others, and mastering the tools to show up in a certain way in life will allow life to show up for you in a certain way. And the creator is never going to let you be. I don't care if the person you talking to is not all that. I don't care if the people that you work for don't return or reciprocate. I don't care if the people you live with don't always acknowledge or recognize. The way Mayat works in balance is that you will get always the balance to your beauty. It will always come in some shape, form, or fashion. And so we should worry less about if we should give out and worry more about have we given out respect needed. Sometimes it's like, is the respect deserved? Is it earned? Have you given what was needed? This is what our ancestors saying. Sometimes if you give what's needed, then we can create an environment that people understand reciprocity. Sometimes you're the lesson. You are the what I say, Beyonce said, you are the living word. Sometimes you are the billboard. Sometimes you are the example. Sometimes you will be the first person to show people genuineness. Sometimes you will be the first person to show people reciprocity. Sometimes you will be the first person to show people integrity and courage. You will show them light first. Sometimes it's not fair and it's not cool. But if you are matching energy, you will never elevate your own. If you're matching energy, you won't elevate your own. How about you match that energy to the creator and you'll never go without? Match it to the creation. See, there are people that don't know how to talk to other people. There are people that don't know how to show up for other people, how to have respect for other people, how to give unconditional love to other people. There are people that show up, they have shortcomings in the behavior and interactions of others. If you match their energy, you will be short in what comes. You will be short in what you give. Shortcomings beget shortcomings. If I am short in what I give, then I will be short in what I receive. And I want to be abundant. I want to be abundant. I woke up and there was lungs and there was breath in my lungs. There was light in my home. There was warmth in my bed. There was peace in my heart. I have been gifted. It is enough for my kindness. It is enough for my consideration. It is enough. It is saying to the creator that I am not going out to another human being deciding on how I'm going to show up as a divine being. I'm aligning with you when I wake up in the morning. I am giving gratitude to you when I wake up in the morning. Before my feet touch the floor, I have given thanks and I have acknowledged another day in your presence, in your light, and as one of your lights. And as one of your lights, I am not plugged into people. I am plugged into purpose. I am plugged into your power. And therefore, I can illuminate prosperity. I can illuminate spirituality and righteousness in a way that will elevate the people, for all of us to be a light in this world, changing everything around us. Change the world. Don't let the world change you. Don't we say that before school in the morning? Change the world. Don't let the world change you. So when I have not acted with insolence, I have not been rude and disrespectful in behavior. I am not saying that I want a better life. I am not saying that I want to be a better person. I want to draw in stronger connections. I want to create more financial security and stability and abundance. I'm not saying that I want to be healthier. I want to network more. I want to create better experiences. However, I'm going to limit how I show up. I'm asking for abundance, but I am not operating in abundance. I got nothing but love to give. You can't take too much love from me. I have nothing but patience and kindness to give. You can't take too much kindness from me. I am overflowing of light and love because I am one with creation. And my ancestors are reminding me in the 34th law of Mayat that you do not come up in here acting like don't nobody love you and nobody showed you better. Don't I show y'all that? Don't I tell y'all that? Don't be out here acting like don't nobody love you. Don't I say that? Don't go out this door looking like don't nobody love you. Don't I say that? And when it comes to being an adult, you don't necessarily have to hear that from your mama, but you do have to hear that from the creator. Don't be out here acting. Don't be out here behaving, misbehaving, misrepresenting. All right, we're going to get ready to go ahead and get out of here, right? I love you all so much. Let everybody know how much you love them, girl, because you done made it through a moment of 68 minutes. I don't know how you did it at 6 years old. Tell them all how much you love them. Tell them. I'm so grateful for you. This has been a beautiful moment of harmony. The girl asked to be a part of it, y'all. She did. Before y'all start messaging me about why she looking like this, she asked. She was warned about the time. She was warned about the subject. She was warned about how much work goes into creating such dialogue. Okay? So I love y'all all so much. Thank you so much for joining me for our moment of harmony. I am so excited to
Love
have
you.
another moment with you
Love
next
you.
one. So do this thing for me. And look, she out. Go ahead, exit stage left. We love you, girl. Go on, girl. Do this one thing. Go on and take really good care of yourself. I always tell people how important it is to take such good care of yourself.
Come on.
Go on and take really, really good care of yourself. And then after you've done all that you need to do to fill your cup, overflow yourself, do me another favor. I'm asking for one more favor. Do me another favor and go on and take really good care of someone else. I love you all so much. This has been a beautiful moment of harmony.
Good night.
And we will holler at you. I will be hollering at you next week. I love you all. Thank you.